One man does it all, indomitable spirit, contagious verve. Be it cinema and or sports, automobiles, community service or humanitarian cause, this face is a proud representative of the South Asian diaspora, and he does it all with great aplomb. He is a super soul after all. For many, the name Nav Bhatia is an enigma, a successful business entrepreneur, an avid showman, a philanthropist, a passionate sports lover, a workaholic and hard taskmaster, a zealous human spirit. We in the Toronto area know a very successful turbaned face that often pops up in ads in major news journals. Meet Nav Bhatia, the top Indian-born car dealer here.
Canada is a home away from our home. And after having come here, I'm a very new entrant into Canada. You have been here for a long time, but you have made us feel proud. I feel I've come back to my another home, and you have created that. So now, you're the man. What was your beginning when you came into Canada?
That's a very good question, and I'm going to answer you step by step on that. I joined as a mechanical engineer. I couldn't get a job in Canada. Canada was a very different place 26, 28 years ago. It's very different now. Mm-hmm. At that time, with the way I am, with the turban, beard, I couldn't get a job as an engineer. So I had to survive, and I went out. I always loved people. I loved cars. So I decided to look for a job in Toronto. I landed in Malton in a basement, which I still remember. I rented for $300 a month, everything inclusive, everything. And that time I cherished also, because I never forget my background, where I came up from. So I got a job. I landed after seeing about 100 of dealers. Finally, I got an opportunity for an upcoming dealership, which was a Hyundai dealership, very new to the country, because Hyundai was only introduced in '84. I got an opportunity to sell Hyundais, and with God's grace and my passion, I was able to sell over 120 cars in over 3 months.
Wow.
I was the #1 salesman, and I got recognized. So with that, I started into the management, and I became a business manager, sales manager, and a general manager, all in a very short time of about a year and a half. I was blessed. Hyundai moved me from my original Rexdale location, where I was started as a salesman, to a dealership in Mississauga, which was called Hyundai of Mississauga at that time. It's called Mississauga Hyundai now, but I was moved there. And Anil, it was not an easy journey, because the day I became a general manager, I had 6 white people decided to quit on me and said they don't want to work for a Paki and a Tamil head. It did hurt me, but I was on a different path. I wanted to educate to my new family, new Canadians, what we are. I always believed, yes, we do look different, but we still have the same passion. Loving humankind is everywhere the same thing. You can be in India, Korea, China, Germany, or Canada. It's the same thing. I loved people. And so with that, I took over as the general manager of Mississauga Hyundai, and we became a leader with Hyundai. Everybody saw how we, the Indians, we work and we treat the other people. And everybody started loving us. And the dealership became one of the leaders in Hyundai business, with the service, with the parts. And I always felt that I want to be treating the other people, my customers, the way I want to be treated myself.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I had from my DNA. Treating the people, the customers, like I want to be treating myself. Now, you are a very good customer of mine. I think I've sold a lot of cars to your relatives, friends, and everybody. And in every instance, you know that we treat them the way I want to be treated myself.
I have to admit that.
I had a young man come in one day, buy a car. He was a huge fan of the Raptors. When I mentioned to him who Nav was, that he was the super fan who sits behind the net, I actually called Nav over, introduced him to my customer, and Nav gave him a signed Raptors ball. And this really made the customer's day and made the car purchase something really, really special.
I've been here for about 1.5 years working with Nav. He's a great guy to work for. He comes by and makes sure that you're okay. He takes care of you. He'll take you guys out for dinner and everything. Make sure all of his staff is happy at all times. And even if you have customers at your desk, he'll stop by with them and he'll say hi with them. He'll chat with them, make sure they're okay, make sure everybody's basically in a happy place.
How did you end up owning this dealership?
Well, let me tell you that. With God's grace, first of all, I was offered to go and run another dealership which was failing in Kitchener. It used to be called Alpine Hyundai in late 80s, in 89, 90s. And the owners, I used to work here, they told me that Nav, we don't want you to go there, we will buy that dealership and let's run both the dealership under your leadership. So we took over the dealership and I became the partner in both the dealership. In late 80s, 89s, 90, I only owned 50% of it. And I bought all my shares with my profit sharing. And then what happened is, in 2002, Hyundai wanted us to do image improvement at the Mississauga location in Erin Mills. And it needed about $1.5 million. And my partner, who was an older guy at the time, he was a lawyer by profession, he decided to sell his shares and move out rather than again investing in the place because he wanted to retire.
More like a succession. He didn't have a succession plan.
Again, with God's grace, the Mississauga Hyundai came into my lap and we took the complete ownership of that.
Nav is a story truly born out of a book. He is a true protagonist with unparalleled will and desire to succeed, come what may. His kitty of countless citations and meritorious accomplishments speak for his stature, but the man remains steadfast with a single perspective: keep working hard. Basketball being his first and last love. There's much more coming from this great man. Stay with us as we return after this short break.
रणबीर ये जरा दाल साफ कर दो प्लीज मैं जरा मॉर्निंग वॉक करके आती हूँ ये क्या रणबीर दाल साफ की कि नहीं
साफ भी कर दी और भिगो भी दी
वाह तुम तो बिल्कुल अलादीन का चिराग निकले सदके जाऊं तुम पर भी सदके जाऊं अमन की दालें और पल्सेस साफ सुथरी और स्वाद से भरपूर हार्ट एंड स्ट्रोक फाउंडेशन की हेल्थ चेक के साथ सभी ग्रोसरी स्टोर पर अवेलेबल
Celebrate this Dasara and Diwali with the live performance of Ram Leela by Indian Revival Group from New Delhi. To book the Ram Leela in your city, call Ajay Modi at 416-505-8590.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Let's dance to the rhythm of BCDC.
Hi, I'm Bosco.
I'm Caesar.
Bosco and Caesar are coming to make you dance.
Starting in Toronto.
Dance
And exercise
with Bosco Caesar.
BCDC is coming to your city.
Be a part of the BCDC family. Register now.
White Turtle and Sunray Entertainment presents BCDC in Toronto. Limited seats. Log on to www.dancewithboscocaesar.com. Follow Dance with Bosco Caesar on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. For registrations, call toll-free number on 1-888-471-1666.
चिट्ठी आई है 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 वतन से चिट्ठी
Life lived without passion is passable, but lived with a passion is a journey well tread. And what to say for Nav's passion, basketball. His intense devotion to the Raptors Toronto team has won him the title of superfan, and he himself admits it's an addiction for him. No wonder he's also been officially anointed as a South Asian community ambassador for the Raptors. Among his friends are celebrities, players, leaders, and alike. People come first for him, and this is his success mantra.
So let's go a focus to the basketball.
In 95, the things changed. A team by the name of Raptors basketball arrived to Toronto. And that was the beginning of me sort of getting involved with Raptors basketball.
Raptors arrived into Canada for a lot of other Indians, for a lot of other people. But what made you get hooked up to that basketball? The game, or is it the team, or is it the combination of the two?
Anything I do in my life, first of all, I do it with a passion or I don't do it. I don't do it. I either do it or I don't do it. And I became a fan. I could only afford 2 tickets at that particular time. And I remember everybody asking me, which bank gave you the tickets? Which company gave you the tickets? Because they were not expecting this Sikh guy to have a ticket, season tickets of his own. So, but I used to be cheering on my team.
They can hear me.
it would be hard for them not to hear me from here.
Nav spends about $40,000 a year on his season tickets.
Do you pray for them?
I do pray for them. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't work, but I pray for them. When they were winning, I was cheering on them, and I started to share their pain in the losses. But I was very passionate.
So now, being an Indian, normally, I mean, if you see, there are not many, I mean, there are Indians of South Asian heritage here, living here in this country, who are basketball fans. But nobody is like you. There's not a single person, on a scale of 1 to 10, you are at 10. And I have yet to see anybody else. I've known a lot of Indians in this country. I've yet to see anybody even reach 3 or 4. So on that scale, how did you, I mean, that must be the passion for the game.
It's passion for the game, and again, it's passion for the people. Because I love the young athlete. And I connected with them. I connected with these black athletes, with the white athletes, with the imports from Europe. I just connected. I love them. I treated them like my kids, and I want, because in the background, one day I want a South Asian to be an NBA star.
Then last April, he filled 4,000 seats with people from his own East Asian community.
Because I wanted my community, the youth of my community, to connect with the mainstream through the game of basketball.
You are the front row seat. How did you manage in such a short time and be friends with, if I can say, some of the big names in the basketball industry? Someone like Carter, if I remember, has been your #1 fan.
Yes, it's very true that I know all the big names in basketball, and they see this Sikh guy sitting.
The important thing is not that you know them. The more important thing is they know you.
Yes, they do. I get a lot of...
I know a lot of basketball players, but not a single one knows me.
Well, I'm blessed to get a lot of love from them.
Bhatia's Sikh turban is hard to miss, especially since Raptors' Vince Carter gave him his sweaty purple headband after a playoff game against the Knicks.
Believe me, it was full of sweat when I got it, and he gave it to me. And he says, Mark, this is for you, baby. Thank you for coming to New York. And I went home, washed it, and I've been wearing since then.
It has happened during the last 20 years, because they have seen that we are all genuine people. South Asian, as an Indian, as a Sikh, we are all genuine people. We are not there just to know them because they are big guys and they are big names in the basketball. They know that I love basketball from my heart, and I'm trying to communicate that to my community. I take the players to the schools where they can talk to the young kids and be their role models. This is my passion, to connect, and the game which we started 14 years ago, the Baisakhi Day game, is still a very popular game.
What is this Baisakhi Day?
Baisakhi Day game, what we do is I buy 2,500 tickets in the arena.
Wow.
And I bring underprivileged kids from all communities, including our schools, mandirs, mosques, churches, single mother kids, Jane and Finch. We try to bring everywhere the kids, and we want to, these kids will never have an opportunity to watch the basketball because it's an expensive sport to go to and watch. So we do that every year. This is our 14th year we are doing that.
The excitement from the Vaisakhi game led right up into the playoff run. It was great.
We had so much fun during the Vaisakhi Raptors game that we were doing fun around the halftime. 2,500
tickets for last 14 years.
Yes.
God has sent you as a messenger for those 2,500 people. And probably you will be blessed with a lot more better things in life because of the blessings of those 2,500 people, and perhaps more.
Nav is a community person. As he says, you've got to give it back to them.
Ice hockey is a national sport here. So what we did is, 2 years in a row, we have been the #1 contributor, with God's grace again, to give the most donations and contributions in the country for the game of hockey for the underprivileged kids.
Nav Bhatia is a simple man at heart, but affluent in passion and taste. And why not? He is the chosen one of God. We all know that Nav Bhatia is a great showman. We'll tell you more about his passion for films and more after this break.
One, two, three, yeah.
Let's dance to the rhythm of BCDC.
Hi, I'm Bosco.
I'm Caesar.
Bosco and Caesar are coming to make you dance.
Starting in Toronto.
Dance
And exercise.
with Bosco Caesar.
BCDC is coming to your city.
Be a part of the BCDC family. Register now.
White Turtle and Sunray Entertainment presents BCDC in Toronto. Limited seats. Log on to www.dancewithboscocaesar.com. Follow Dance with Bosco Caesar on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. For registrations, call toll-free number on 1-888-471-1666.
Come celebrate this Dussehra and Diwali with the live performance of Ram Leela by Indian Revival Group from New Delhi. To book the Ram Leela in your city, call Ajay Modi at 416-505-8590.
चिट्ठी आई है 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 वतन से चिट्ठी
Nav is also credited with bringing Bollywood into the mainstream. The South Asian diaspora today enjoys Bollywood cinema in all cine and multiplexes throughout Canada, and not just Indian films, but live artist performances and shows as well. This is a gift of Nav to Torontonians. Our own Navdeep Singh Bhatia, both an iconoclast and icebreaker between Canadian mainstream and South Asian community in the GTA.
You have been passionate about Bollywood. You have been passionate with Indian cinema. As a matter of fact, as I understand, you are one individual who brought Indian cinema into Canada. I'm talking in the good old days. Today, of course, a lot of Indians are there in the same segment. There's a lot of competition. But what's your passion for the Indian cinema? What's your passion for Bollywood?
Anil, I love my people. I love my community. And you know, when I came here, I saw for 10, 12 years that our people were going to the third-rated theaters which were abundant. our cinema was playing, Bollywood cinema was playing in those abandoned theaters with no class. I believe anything we do, we want to do the same way like the mainstream. If they go to the AMC theaters and Cineplex and all that, I decided to bring a movie called Hum Saath Saath Hain in 98. I took up that movie and I went to AMC theaters and the multiplexes, and I asked them that I want to bring a Bollywood cinema, and everybody was denied me that. But I was so persistent and I gave them all the financial guarantees they needed for us to play those movies, and we did. And my passion was only this, that I wanted to see my people, my brothers, my sisters, my kids, my aunts, the mothers. I wanted them to go in their traditional salwar kameez, in the saris, in the turbans, in their kurta pajamas, to the theaters and enjoy the cinema just like any white or black people do. And that's how I got the movie into the multiplexes, and my passion was that one day I wanted all the movies to be played all around North America in the multiplexes. And we started with one movie, Hum Saath Saath Hain, and then with the Krish we went all over the country. So we did we did about 70, 80 movies, and now, Anil, I'm proud to say and very satisfied to say that every Bollywood movie is released all over North America in the multiplexes.
And not only that, it's also released on the same day that it gets released in Mumbai or Delhi.
That's right.
What is your success mantra?
Treat others like you want to be treated yourself.
For these new immigrants that are coming in every second day out of India, what would be your message to them? What should they do to become the next incredible Indian?
This is heaven we are in. And what we have to do is we have to work hard, we have to work honest, and treat everybody like we want to be treated ourselves, and interact with everybody, not just with Indians. Make sure you talk to the Chinese, you talk to the Jamaicans, you talk to the Greeks, you talk to the Polish people, you talk to the black people, you talk to the white people. Make sure and let them know that what a rich heritage we have.
We got a chance to steal a few moments with him, dwelling deep into his persona, his career, goals, and vision, truly befitting the cliche, incredible Indians.
Be proud of what you are. If you are a Hindu, be a good Hindu. If you are a Sikh, be a good Sikh. If you are a Buddhist, be a good Buddhist. If you are a Muslim, be a good Muslim. If you are a Christian, be a good Christian, because all religions tell us the basics are the same. Love each other and treat others like you want to be treated yourself.
Incredible Indians, Chuna Hai Asman. That was exciting, right? We promise to be back every week with a new entity. Here's our team producer.
Mr. Steve Gupta forces me to look into up in the sky, the towering icon of the incredible Indians. Not only into being into hotels, real estate, the one King Blue, the Danda Square Garden, which is going to take up the shape where we had the interview recorded, and the most glamorous, to have a box office named after him and his wife, is truly making the incredible Indians onto the international platform. A big salute to him.